Don't call him James. His name is not James. It's Jimmy. Make balance. Nuggets Nets. Check out the Euro by Karis LeVert.
Phew.
Jokic full-on jumped on that. Malika, how important is
boom.
Karis to the Nets right now?
Oh, he's super important, especially with Spencer Dinwiddie and Kyrie Irving out. Remember, Spencer was supposed to be the insurance in some ways to Kyrie, so the dominoes keep on falling here. They need that.
Can we shout out those throwback unis, though, on the court? Looks so much better, right?
Looks good.
Just saying.
Looks
But
good.
he didn't have to do Jokic like that. He know Jokic run like and move like he have 2 left feet. He didn't have to do big Jokic like that.
But it's fun.
And they won the game. Miss boxing out. Lakers Rockets. Oh, we could do all of make miss on this game. Horton Tucker missing the layup. And as we showed you earlier, Trez just cleaning it up. Perk, did you ever throw down a putback reverse?
Never threw down a putback reverse, Rachel, but I've had my share of reverse dunks. I don't know if I got that high and snatched the screws out the rim like that, but that was impressive by Montrez. Oh, my.
Woo.
Yeah, he's been a good pickup for them.
And then, of course, Taylor went right back and did it for Trez. So, you know, that's teammate. That's love. That's teammate love right there. All right,
He's been playing well.
Cheers.
He's been playing well for them.
Long live Cheers and Cheers. All right, lots of missed dunks in the association last night. John Wall, Draymond, didn't go so well. KCP, we'll get to that in a sec. Perk, what's going on here? Perk, when you're going up for a dunk, is there a don't miss? Does it just become get a little butterfingery here?
I always dunk with 2 hands, Rachel, to make sure that I at least could get the ball into the basket. Trying to dunk with 1 and cock it back and get too cocky, this is what happens, especially if you're trying to take off so far.
And Malika, when you try to dunk?
You know, this is the one time, Rachel, that I can relate to you where I'm just too short. And I'm 5'7".
I was going to say, and you're still a good 3 inches taller than me.
Yeah, exactly. So
Sad,
I probably can't even
sad.
comment on this because I would make that look good.
My part of the atmosphere here, so short. Missed possessions, Heat down 2 late, no timeouts. Duncan Robinson chucking it at the hoop. That's not what you want, right? Yeah, and of course,
Look,
purposely missing the free throw, but doing it is quite a,
right. I mean, you got to understand, though, Rachel, Duncan Robinson don't miss. So this kind of foreign to him. So,
Trying to miss is really hard, right? Pickup ball, back to Houston. Lakers up huge, and LeBron starts feeling himself. Here's the highlight. Bit of the fancy dribbling, the dish, gets it back, and waits for the defender, and turns to the bench. As we heard, he and Dennis Schroeder had a little bet going on. So, Perk, what is the most disrespectful part of this?
Show some class, LeBron James. But the point that the fact that it was a bet and he shot the 3, we called that the platinum 3-corner shot. That was named by Damon Jones. That's where LeBron James got that from. The platinum 3-corner shot. That was totally disrespectful, but I loved every bit of it.
In a couple years, it'll just be a highlight. The disrespect will fade away. It'll just be like, did you see that? It's fine.
Time to run it back to LeBron's most disrespectful plays. First up, honorable mention, LeBron threw the legs dunk in high school. In 2003.
Wow.
Woo! All right, let's get to the real deal NBA highlights. Number 5, 2017 playoffs. LeBron spins the ball in front of Serge Ibaka. This is brutal.
LeBron is just so disrespectful.
Especially during those Cavaliers-Raptors series. All right, 2016 NBA Finals. LeBron blocks Steph, and they let him know about it.
Yeah, and Rachel, see, that's what changed the game. That changed the whole series right there. That block shot and talk noise, it gave the Cleveland Cavaliers life.
Yes, 2005 Cavs Blazers. LeBron snatching Ruben Patterson's ankles. But this was the video quality in 2005.
Sometimes it happens like that.
I don't know how my brain didn't process it that way in the moment.
Does it make you feel old?
Woo.
But see, that was a little bit personal. That was a little bit personal because you know those old heads thought that they could guard the LeBron, and he just had to show him the real.
By the way, Nurk got a little taste of that too right there. That was 2018. Woo!
Oh.
And number one, 2013, you know what we're showing here. The alley-oop on Jason Terry, then the stare, then the technical. Yep. You know what this was about, Perk, right? This was unfinished business.
Yeah, it is unfinished business, and they set him up good for that, and that's just wrong. That's just wrong. But you know what? I'm not even going to give LeBron props for that. You don't get props for dunking on the
superstars. Kevin Durant, number 7. Kyrie Irving, number 11. Let's start with KD, who dropped 34 points last night in the Nets win. Ooh. That helped him pass 3 legends of the game, Elgin Baylor, Dwayne Wade, Adrian Dantley on the all-time scoring list. By the way, I just want to point out our control room is really hampered right now. They don't have the right video and graphics coming in, so please, everyone give them a shout out. They're doing a good job. I want to point out Kevin Durant also just shy of a triple-double. As for Kyrie Irving, he missed his 4th straight game due to personal reasons last night. And look, the league is reviewing the video you just saw, him at a family party, to see how recent it is and if it's a violation of COVID protocol. Meanwhile, Nets general manager releasing a statement on Kyrie that read, quote, "We are aware of a video on social media featuring Kyrie Irving at a family gathering. We are reviewing the circumstances, and we are seeing if they determine compliance with the health and safety protocols." Kyrie remains away from the team, and the date of his return yet to be finalized. In the meantime, we will continue to stay focused on organizational goals. And this is the key sentence. Kyrie will have the opportunity to address his absence when he is ready to do so. Translation, we're not going to say it. He's going to have to say it. Meanwhile, when the Nets were playing last night, this photo of Kyrie on a Zoom call for a candidate for the Manhattan District Attorney surfaced. So this call was last night. Malika, you've been covering the Nets. What standing is Kyrie in with the organization right now?
The honest answer, Rachel, is I'm not totally sure. And I say that because I read the statement from Sean Marks too, and that line stood out to me that they are not going to be coming in and speaking on behalf of Kyrie Irving. They are very much leaving this for him to speak on for himself. He needs to answer to where, why, when, how we got to this place. That's not something that the Nets are going to be coming in and saying. And the sentiment that I've heard both on and off the record over and over from players, from coaches, from folks in the front office with the Brooklyn Nets is, we just need to focus on what's going on in this building. We need to focus on what's going on in Barclays Center. And guess what? Kyrie Irving right now is not in Barclays Center. But I'm sure Perk can speak a little bit better to this than I can. If I am a teammate of Kyrie Irving's and I am doing my job, showing up to work every day, at the very least, when Kyrie Irving does come back, there is some sort of explanation that not only should he be giving to reporters so that fans can understand what led to this, but more importantly to his teammates. And the only way, in my mind, for him to continue to have this work, because remember, earlier in the season, when Kyrie Irving was not speaking to reporters, the team said, we're fine with it because he is wonderful to us in practice. He is a leader. He is great on the court. He is showing up for games. He is carrying us. This is why we brought him here, to play amazing basketball. And so he needs to mend whatever is going on in the locker room, making sure that he is being consistent with that communication that Steve Nash and the players have continued to say they want to keep private. That is where he needs to start when he does return, which we know, as Adrian Wojnarowski and I reported, is not expected to be this week.
And here it is, you right on the money. And they got that old saying, yes, I got my old soul cap on today. You made your bed, now you got to lay in it. I love what Sean Marks and the organization of the Nets are doing and saying, no, Kyrie, you have to man up and you have to answer to this. Not only to the media and the outside world, but to your teammates, as just like Malika just said. Because here it is, for the simple fact that You leave, you don't give anybody a warning, you just don't show up to the game, you're not communicating with no one in the front office, no one on the coaching staff, none of your teammates. If I'm a teammate, I feel disrespected. But are we surprised? No, I'm not one bit, because I've been said this about Kyrie. And you know what's the bad part about it? Is that it's so many people in the world today, right? Just think, even in our network, co-workers, great people that lost their jobs because of the pandemic, that are trying to find work, hard-working, everyday people that don't have jobs. Here you are getting paid $35 million to show up to work and play the game of basketball, and you can't do that. Another thing, you are the vice president of the Players Association. So look, that makes the Players Association look bad. You know why? Because you're doing things on your own again, without communicating with others, without telling people that you're supposed to be leading, and just going off and doing your own thing, and it's not a good look. And to be honest with y'all, if I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I'm looking to trade Kyrie Irving right now, because I just never know with this guy. You never know what you're going to get from him. And if you're a contender, a title contender, a team that's trying to win a championship, you definitely don't want someone that's not all in, or may just, disappear in the course of the playoffs and no one can find them. That's just unacceptable.
Well, Perk, I can certainly speculate that has crossed the mind of the Nets brass. But as you know, look, Kyrie came with Kevin Durant as a package deal. So if the Nets ever did want to trade Kyrie Irving, they would have to get Kevin Durant's blessing. And at least so far with Kevin's public comments, it certainly doesn't seem that he feels it has reached that threshold. He has been supportive of Kyrie, although he has also made the point Kyrie is going to have to explain all this to you for himself. All right.